Welcome to another Get Ready Traders live session. I am your host, Luis Rodriguez, and I am excited you're here. Today we are doing live technical analysis and stepping right into the futures market. Whether it's NASDAQ, gold, US30, or even crypto, we will be looking for the best trading opportunities as they set up in real time. If this is your first time here, buckle up. The market moves really fast, and we'll be breaking it all down with a clear, efficient approach in 90 minutes or less. Before we get started, do me a huge favor. Hit that like, subscribe, and share this session so other traders like you can join us. I really appreciate your support. All right, the markets are moving, familia, so let's get started and enjoy the session. Good morning, familia. Good morning, your friendly educator, Luis Rodriguez, on a Thursday morning, familia. What's going on? What's going on? It's time to make money. All right, familia. If you are new to the chat, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button because that definitely will help us to keep growing and finding more traders like you so they can have this amazing opportunity to make money in the morning. And remember, familia, if you want to become part of the amazing Elliott Way group, the link is in the description of this broadcast, but you can also scan that barcode that is right here below us, and that will take you to our free community that you can join and become part of the familia. All right, familia, let's do this. Let's make some money. But let me turn on the light here. It's very, very dark. Just a sec. Alright. And while I'm doing that, I am loading everything up. Studio. Just a second. There you go. And there's the light. And alright. Let's do this. What's up, Lisa? Hello, Josh. Good morning, everyone. Let's get going. All right. I'm starting a little bit early. We usually start at 10:30 on Thursdays, but I've been here super early, just looking and reading news about what's going on with Trump, the situation with Greenland and the tariffs that is pushing the market in one direction and gold in another direction. We got to make sure that whatever we do, we end up on the winning side. The market, it's moving super slow right now. Today is Thursday, and let me refresh this so you guys can see what happened with the unemployment claims. They came a little bit lower, which is good for the currency, and actually, yeah, it's good for the currency. And it should go, if it's good for the currency, the price should start behaving differently, right? That didn't affect at all the price. As a matter of fact, it's still moving higher. So investors are looking at opportunities that somehow are not respecting anything else. So let me take a look at the DXY. Look, the XY is just pushing down. So unemployment claims didn't affect at all the DXY. Well, makes sense. Let me take a quick look at Nvidia and let me turn on Bloomberg TV because you got to look at the fundamentals. You have to pay attention to news all over the place since things are changing on the fly very fast. But when you look at the market right now, you can see the London market just consolidating on the top after a huge rise from Asia last night. So I'm expecting to see in New York a little bit of this consolidation as well, and then distribution. The question is, where is that distribution gonna go? Everybody wants to know that. Everybody wants to be able to predict movements of the market on the spot every single time and nail it. It's one of the most difficult things to do, but the only thing that we have is understanding what the market has been doing in the past few sessions, understanding where's liquidity and where are those resting orders waiting to be executed. But most importantly, understanding the purpose of the market based on the fundamentals, right? If you look at the market now in the 1 hour time frame, it's easy to see that, yeah, we are consolidating. If you are an Elliott wave trader, you can take your time and understand what is the market doing in this entire area, right? That's a bigger picture of things. So from here, you can now predict, okay, well, the market has a long way to go to reach this liquidity pool on the top. But what that means to us, I mean, yeah, it can go there based on the impulses of the market, of investors buying and doing all these crazy things. But what that means to us, what that means, like if we get here, then what? You know what I mean? Like people just believe because it's going to a box that it's going to react or do something different. And that's not always the case. We have to understand, like, okay, what can happen? What is sitting here if it gets here, right? If it goes from point A to point B, what's going to happen? And that's what we need to have very clear. This is the gap that happened before when Donald Trump threw that bomb about the tariffs and with Europe, right? But now it's fully recovered. But what was happening before here? Obviously, the price was pushing to the downside in this area. So buyers were no longer interested in buying anything here. So if you look at the 1 hour time frame, if you start looking at a structure, I'm gonna turn these things off so you guys can see it better. If you just look at a structure, you can say, well, it's definitely reaching an area at a higher time frame that if it's following fair pricing, it should start falling down at some point, right? And the bigger picture of things. But that doesn't make sense to you guys? Doesn't make sense? It could. You guys see how the price came to a hard stop here. But when you look at the volume profile and you see these knots, right? High volatility, a lot of volume, and volume means more transactions happening, right? You see this void here, a huge void. But if price break this point, it can run to the upside, trying to reach this node here of transactions, high volume, high volatility in this area here. Like here, all this area here, very attractive. Here right now, it's already consuming everything that is there. But right now, we got 4 minutes for the market to open. We have a momentum pushing to the upside, and we have all this area here, all this area that the market could literally break this and push to the upside, aiming to this point. Right? But if the market respect this point, it can then truly push down back here. That's why this is stopping, like it gave a hard stop on this area. All right, so where is the market going? Bias right now is still being bullish until the bears start kicking in. What do we need to see in order to understand that the price is going to be respected? Now you're going to look into the sessions, right? And where are the sessions here? Sessions. Now I'm going to go into the 15-minute time frame. You can see a little bit more details here, right? Up. Let me start deleting some of this fun stuff. We are still on the bullish momentum. We need to respect that. But lots of liquidity was built and not being taken out in London, including Asia. So we need to see how high this thing can go out of this edge, and then turning back down. So far, our momentum is still bullish. It's really hard to predict the price move right on the edge, because if you look at a structure, you're just being technical about this. You can say, okay, it reached this point, it should come down, right? But understanding that the price is moving up, buyers right now, if I am buying anything from Asia, guess where is going to be my next stop loss? After this big push, I'm for sure moving my stop losses here. So a ton of liquidity sitting around this area. A ton of liquidity sitting around this area here. A lot of liquidity sitting here. So if I'm gonna go higher, like much higher, I need to come and grab and kill everybody that is here before pushing to the upside and breaking this on. You're gonna need a strength to break this. So it's gonna be very tricky to see the market coming down, understanding that it's gonna be a liquidity grab here. Okay, we got a few seconds for the market to open. Let me load my broker, 1 second. So my bias right now is still being bullish, but the market is gonna come down here at some point. There you go. Pfft. Wow, that too fast. Too fast. Oh man, I'm just loading my broker. There you go, explosion to the downside, as I mentioned. Oh man, it's just happening too quick. Too quick. But it needs to come down before going up. Again, tons of liquidity sitting around this area. It's aiming to that, as you guys see here. It's aiming to that spot. So let's see if it's gonna grab it or just gonna keep pushing higher. Oh boy, there you go, familia. There you go. Sorry, I'm not reading the chat. Usually, like on Thursdays, I like to start a little bit late because the market likes to do a lot of manipulation right in the morning. Good morning, Wayana. The one and only Quentin, Mr. Ladies Man. You guys see how the market is reacting, pushing up again, but I believe it's gonna come around this area here. It should push down and grab these liquidities if it's very close by. Let's go. Let's go. If you guys are selling, put it in the chat. I'm not gonna buy. I'm not gonna sell. I'm gonna buy the market when it's giving me the confirmation that the liquidity was clear below London low, and then continuation to the upside. If it doesn't do that, I would not take a trade. I only won a few dollars. I think I'm okay for the rest of the week. Let's see. It's coming down, familia. As I mentioned, gonna grab liquidity. Do liquidity grab, London low, before continuation to the upside. And watch it because it can pull even lower to Asia middle point, the 50%. Okay. Just a second. Somebody at the door. back in the game. All right. People like to come like early in the morning to deliver stuff, and I always have to be looking around. All right. Coming down. So my entries for any trades are going to be when this liquidity is being grabbed, pushing to the upside. Okay. I want to keep buying the direction of the market, but I need to see the price either coming and doing this. Now, I need to see the momentum. That's the thing that I'm going to be paying attention to, the momentum of the market. If the momentum is super strong, breaking all this down, I'm going to wait for a reaction. I'm going to wait for the market to come and do this, pushing back up, okay? It's fighting the zone. He's fighting it hard. Imagine the amount of people that right now are waiting for that momentum, are waiting for that London low to be broken. Why? Again, familia, tons of liquidity sitting around these areas here. That's the lower point of London, and all this was a trailing stop from Asia all the way up, and he's gonna try to clear everybody out. He's gonna try to clear everybody out, okay? So pay attention, all right? Pay attention. It's coming. It's coming, and it's happening, familia. You see the beauty of this when you guys can understand and read the market this way. It doesn't matter like the strategies, it doesn't matter all the stuff that is out there. It's all about liquidity. You just need to understand the purpose of the market and wait for the opportunity, right? Just wait for it. Don't get desperate. Don't get desperate. Is it a good point here to buy? I'm gonna go to the 1 minute time frame. I want to see more details. Not yet. As I mentioned, just watch also for Asia middle point, because it's this entire area from here all the way here, a ton of stop losses there, a ton of them. And when I say a lot of them, it's because remember, this is a market that is being traded by all around by a lot of people in the world. So imagine thousands and thousands of transactions with pending orders, stop losses around this area, right, to take partial profits. That is really what is happening around right now. And you see how it's like coming down here and now pushing to the upside. It's gonna come push. It's still push down, probably like below this area, and that's what I'm waiting for. A really good point to enter. You see how it's marked here? All of that. All of that. So in order to win in this trade, in a trade like this, you can start buying like from here, doing a step lot and putting more contracts around this area, because it's gonna push up at the end of the day for intraday. It's gonna go back into these ranges here, unless it takes off the entire Asian market, which I kind of doubt. But here we go. I'm buying with one contract right now. Again, just play it low, familia. Don't try to hit a home run. Play it low and be safe. There you go. Pushing to the upside hard. Wow. There you go. There you go. There you go. I'm buying with one contract right now. Just one contract and trailing stop activated for me. Trailing stop activated for me. Let's see. And look, familia, I'm not looking at candles. Remember what I said? In the 1 minute time frame, I'm not focused in those candles. Like, I don't care about candles in that lower time frame. I mean, it's early in the morning. I don't want to have a heart attack. This thing is moving all over the place. So I only look at price in areas in the lower time frame. If you're paying attention to the candles and the lower time frame, I'm telling you, family, I'm telling you, you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna go crazy. You got kicked out? Not me. I'm still there. Almost kicked out. But if you guys want to see details and you know, I'll expand it. I'm still in it. I'm still in it. One contract. There you go. There you go. Push, 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 push. Boom. Money, 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 money. Let's go, familia. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm securing $118 right now. Nobody can take that away from me. But again, familia, pay attention to this area here. This is just a reaction of closing partial profits. This is just a reaction of closing partial profits. Liquidity sitting across this entire area here. Like this entire area here. Liquidity sitting around here. All of that. Okay. Now, if buyer want to keep doing continuation to this and continue pushing to the upside, all good. I'm in it. One contract, all good. But at some point, the market will try to grab all of this here. Remember, this is just the first 20 minutes of the market. Not even the first 10 minutes of market open. Lots going on. Lots going on to that. The one area that you guys need to watch out if you're selling is this point here. London high. London high. If you're selling, all right, because there's people that are crazy and they like to go against the wind, right? If you're selling, make sure you put your stop losses on top of London high. Because if it breaks London high, it's gonna keep going to the moon. But the market, familia, for scalpers, not for intra, for scalpers, lots of liquidity sitting here. This entire area already cleared some of the liquidity that was there. So look what happened, familia. Look what happened. You're starting in Asia all the way down here. The market is exploding, pushing to the upside. You're making profits, all of this, but your stop loss, depending on how you're trading, you're gonna be moving your stop losses. Some people have wider stop losses than others, but most of them are doing trailing stop. Most of the traders are trailing stop this entire area. So their stop losses when they start is here, but as the market keeps pushing higher, they're moving their stop losses around these areas. And because the price moves so high, their stop losses are here. A confirmation that we got from London was this wall. So tons of liquidity, people that are putting tight stop losses, tons of liquidity sitting here, tons of them. And when you guys see the price coming down, is people that had their stop losses here and it's closing part. I'm out of the transaction, by the way. $118. They're closing partial profits here. When they close partial profit, that creates an impact to the upside. Because how are they closing? How are they closing partial profits? Doing the opposite of what they were doing before, right? That's how they do it. So if you're buying, you open a sell transaction that creates a push, right? That creates a push to the opposite direction because you're closing the transaction. You're receiving profits. So all of that is just closing of those partial profits and then continuation, aiming to these areas here, aiming to those areas. And I'm reading the 1 hour time frame, 1 minute time frame, which is a lower time frame. But I navigate to the 1 hour. We said we're going to do the 1 hour time frame, right? Let's do the 1 hour time frame. Look at that, familia. Boom, to the downside. Remember, look at that. It's clearing, looking and seeking all these areas. All of these areas. There you go. And you see how the market comes on. Let me go to the 1 minute time frame. I want you guys to see it with details. You see, familia, what I'm talking about? And when it comes to another spot, it reacts, pushing back to the upside. Pushing back to the upside, because when like this area here, you can say, well, tons of transactions sitting here, right? Closing again, partial profits. It's just clearing everybody else that was in Asia, like in this rally from Asia and London last night. That's all what the market is doing right now. Remember, familia, the intention of the market is what matters. If we can read these movements of the market and predict and understand like where liquidity is sitting, what are those investors seeing, what are they going to go for, and being able to interpret that better every day, I'm telling you, the sky is the limit. And you know why, familia? Because the market has been moving the same way for many decades. Like, it's been like this. There's nothing changed. So if you learn how to do this, I guarantee you will be the next millionaire. No questions asked. Because this is something that you're learning, and it's gonna be really hard to unlearn once you see it and you're profitable. Like, once you learn it, it will be impossible to unlearn it. Now, the only thing that you need to do is to adapt. Every day you need to adapt to the market conditions. And again, always look into the fundamentals and your technicals. Combine them together and see if a very strong fundamental, something's going on in the world. Pay attention to that, because it's gonna be on top of your technicals always. Okay? If nothing is happening, if Donald Trump is like not saying anything, then incline to your technicals, because that's the only thing that you will have. Otherwise, incline to your fundamentals. In banks, they do have two departments for those things: technicals and fundamentals. But again, the NASDAQ is just an index, so you got to pay attention to the companies, obviously. See who's driving the market right now. I'm looking at this information on my other screen, okay? I have many screens here where I'm seeing those things as well. I can see Tesla, NAS, I can see NAS, NVIDIA. I can see what are they doing. And if you look at those individuals, you will see sometimes a very similar graph to the NAS, because those are the big players right now. But it's pushing down, pushing down. Oop. It's pushing down, familia, pushing down. So again, for intraday, my bias is bull, because you look at the larger time frames and it's going to the upside. But before going to the upside, and I mentioned it to you guys in the beginning, it needs to grab liquidity. It needs to come down, grab everybody else, take them out, and continue to the upside. Okay? All good? Hello, James. So red folders in 19 minutes, you said? Who's in 19 minutes? Oh, Corp piece, yeah, I guess. At 10 a.m. That red folder can create a little push to the upside. But look, familia, well, everybody's guessing and trying to like wonder why, or I'm giving you the why, right? That's the most important thing, understanding the why and understanding when, okay? So we know the why. We know that the market is just grabbing all that liquidity here and it's coming down hard. And let's see, I'll be surprised if it does cover the entire Asian market. It could, but I'll be surprised if it does all this area in one shot. It truly could come all the way down here. If that happens, that is a pretty crazy thing. Trying to read the price action here. They could technically go to the previous day closing price, but what's the purpose of that? That would be silly, honestly. If it does come like this and do all that crazy stuff and clear, including like Asia, familia, this is really bad for the market. It's actually like this could happen. That's what I'm saying. I doubt that all of that can happen in one day because it's actually pretty bad. It's good to see that to the upside, but coming down is not good. But the worst thing is it actually can happen. Then if that's the case, you need to look at your fundamentals to understand why would that happen. And familia, gold, it is to the sky. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, it hasn't done any higher highs yet, but it's pushing to the upside. I have a feeling investors are seeing something here related to tariffs. I have a feeling that's what's going on. And we don't have that information. That's the thing. Like, they have access to information that we don't. A stock jump, fear gauge, retreats following U.S. Trump U-turn on Greenland. You see what I'm talking about? Oh my God. A stock jump after Trump Greenland pivot with Federal preferred inflation data due. Oh my God. Wall Street open. Oh my goodness. This here. Okay, familia. Shoot, man. This is fresh out of the oven. You see how the fundamentals are changing the whole thing? Look, this is at 947. 947. This is fresh out of the oven. Okay, and let's make sure that whatever we do, just be careful, okay? It's Thursday. And honestly, familia, this is the reason why I like to start a little bit late on Thursdays, because Thursdays and Tuesdays is very common to see traders buying in the deep. Wait for the market to do a huge dump to the downside, and then buyers wait for that opportunity to kick in. That's what it's called, buying in the deep. And I like to wait for that. All right, let's see. It's familiar, but look at that. I'm gonna show you guys here. See the area that I marked? You see how price came exactly to the spot of reaction to it? I'm giving you guys the tools to succeed. I'm creating the things that you guys need to visualize everything you need. And you see the area, and I mentioned it to you guys. You see how the price comes right into the area and react to it? It's not a joke, familia. And I'm explaining to you what is happening here. So again, buyers that were buying in Asia, they're doing trailing stop. They're trailing stop in this whole entire area. So across this entire area, there's a bunch of resting orders waiting to be closed. Every time it finds a transaction to be closed, you see a reaction of the market pushing up, like, right? So if that was all that he needed, and is not going to continue giving a discount, so buyers at that point are going to continue the rally to the upside. That's how it works, okay? But sellers, people like discounts on the market needs to stop, come to a hard stop, but you gotta need a confirmation from that. Price is gonna come to a hard stop, do a little triangle, That's a confirmation that investors are looking for. And from that point, they make a decision to either continue to the upside or the downside. All right. Showing you guys how to read price action. So far, I mean, it's 2 sell entries. They're still waiting for another setup. Okay, Chanti. Chanti, I want you to tell me something on the chat. And you could be right. I could be wrong. But why will you sell? Well, what's your setup behind this sell? And also, how much risk are you putting into this trade? Those are the things that you need to like analyze. Like, okay, it's great you miss a sell, but as I say, you can also sell. But you need to understand that if you're selling the market on a market that is pushing up, you're like a salmon on the river. You're swimming against the current. And the other side, you know who's gonna be waiting for you? The bears, waiting to eat you. What I'm saying is like, yeah, okay, you could be selling if you have a good setup for it. If you miss it, it's because you had doubts, and if you have doubts, Chanti, you probably made the right decision on not trade. Okay, so don't feel bad if you miss a trade. That's all I'm saying. Don't feel bad if you miss a trade, because if you doubt it, if you second guess about a trade, if you're like, oh, should I go in, should I not go in, probably there's a high probability that you will lose that trade. And you know why? Because in your mind, you don't have that clear setup. That setup that you're waiting for, that you understand that is going to be positive on your side. And again, the market is always conditioning you. You could be like, oh my God, I knew it was gonna come down. I should have jumped into that trade. And when you have that second guess in your mind, the first thing that you're gonna ask yourself is like, where would I put my stop loss on that trade? How much risk I was gonna put on this trade? Like all these questions that you should have before any trade. That's what you should ask. It's not about how I missed that trade. It's was I ready for that trade? Is a question. Before taking that decision, you gotta ask yourself, was I ready for that? If you were not ready for that trade, you made the right decision on not trade. So don't feel bad. I'm telling you, don't feel bad. Don't be like so disappointed that you didn't take a trade, because you're protecting your capital. Remember that your objective is not to trade, it's to protect what you earn already. I only have $118. Am I mad about that? Nope. You know how much it takes an entire day for an Uber driver to make $118. So don't be mad about that. He has to drive for a long time to make $118. Think about that. And again, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna close my day with, I don't know, 500, 700, 1,000, 2,000, God knows. Depends on what the market is gonna give me. But I'm gonna close the green for sure. But if it doesn't, it's totally fine, because before the beginning of my day, I knew exactly how much I was willing to lose. If I lose that for a day, I'm done. I'm like closing my computer, smiling, and walking out. It kind of wants to push to the upside. Let's see. Giving me the confirmation that I kind of want to see. Oof. Coming down hard. coming down hard. Oh, this is very interesting. Let's see. It still wants to grab liquidity from the bottom. Still wants another liquidity grab. Let's see. Still wants to push to the downside, but it's holding up pretty good. Let's see. All right. There you go. Keep pushing to the downside. So chances, I was looking at the market structure on the 3 and 5 minutes, and all the liquidity that was left behind. My original bias was buy based on the high time frames. Correct. So you did. It's the same thing I did. Like, I agreed to it because I understand the higher time frames. Again, this is what happened, Shant. I'm gonna explain it. In my mind, okay, let me see if I pull this up. Hold on. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. I like to always go by this so you understand. And this is something I shared with you guys a while ago. Oh, where is this thing? My computer, it is slow. Ah, there you go. All right. Always go by this, and I share this document with you guys. I shared this thing long time ago with you guys. So go here. Before you start your session, okay, define your account limits and risk for each trade. It's the first thing you got to go through, okay? But in one thing that you need to understand is also this, right? Have you identified your trading style? So once I know like the accounts that I'm trading and the risk that I'm taking, I say inside them, okay, I'm going to scalp the market, and on a higher time frame I'm going to do intraday. I'm not even looking at swing trades because those are several days or weeks, so I'm doing a scalping and intra. So those are the two things I'm going to be looking at the market, right? At a higher time frame to understand that, like, in 24 hours where's the market going, and then in a lower time frame to see immediately what I can do at that point. You understand? So I can have two different setups, a higher scale, right, and a lower scale. While the market is getting ready to work the bigger scale, I can make some money. And by the time that I'm done, like the price actually get to where I want it, I probably might be already done for the day. And that's what happened most of the times. Like, honestly, like almost every day I see myself scalping more than intra at this point. because by the end of the day, I'm already reaching the limits that I will have to wait 24 hours on any intraday trade to reach. So that's the point. I don't want to be a slave of the charts. I come, I do what I gotta do, and take off. I have a bunch of stuff to do during the day. I have a home, I have a family, I have a bunch of stuff that I gotta do. So if I'm a slave to the charts, that's a problem, because that's what I'm trying to avoid, to being a slave of an 8-hour job. So we're doing this for freedom, right? So I define my strategies, right? You said, okay, yeah, the market is looking at the higher time frame, it should be going up. All you got to do is, so that mentality that you had there is an intraday mentality, because you're looking at a higher time frame. So you started the day with the intraday mentality, right? But you didn't think about the scalping mentality. You didn't think of what can happen in the short term. And in the short term, you see, when I sit here and I said to you guys, first the market needs to come to the downside to grab that liquidity. You can start thinking like a scalper here. So say, okay, well, if it's coming down, why would I not sell? So look, I'm breaking it down how, like, in a structure, how you can think to open any trade so you don't miss it. So you said, okay, well, if the market in the short term is coming down to grab that liquidity, I want to take advantage of that. So where would I put my stop loss if the market is coming down? Immediately, when the price was up here, no questions asked. Your stop loss should be here. No questions asked. That's non-negotiable. It doesn't matter where you are, your stop loss should be above the highest point of London. Because that's the point that the market shouldn't break on one push. And if it does, that's it, game over. This thing is not coming down ever. So now you know what you could have put your stop loss. It doesn't matter where. Then yeah, you could have taken this entire trade, pushing the market down, and be done by now. You understand? So in my case, why I didn't jump into this sell right away, because I started with the mentality of an intraday trader as well. And all I said is, I want to see the market come into my area, right? And wait for it. All I got to do is wait for it. It doesn't come and the market start pushing to the upside. My second trade, my second setup would be on the break of the structure of the London high, pushing to the upside very high, because then we would have all of that to go up. You understand? So I'm working my way up to setups, so how I'm breaking down the setups in my mind before I do anything, having a game plan for an execution. And if that game plan doesn't happen, I am not going to feel bad about it. It's okay. Tomorrow is another day, or next Monday is another day, and I will still see setups. If you feel that you're missing a trade because you're missing out on something, that FOMO, eliminate it out of your head, because you're staying cash and you're protecting your capital. So it's not a bad thing. Okay? Staying cash is not bad at all. Like, it's actually a good thing. All right, so again, that's something I can share with you so you can work on your psychology as a trader a little bit, because it's a very important part. And yeah, we just gotta wait. It's already breaking the area here. Still a lot of momentum to the downside. It's grinding down Asia and London completely, familia. And that's what I said, we have to watch for that. That momentum is important. It's only 10:07. So all that huge drop, at some point is gonna start recovering. It's slowly. It could be in the afternoon. It could be in the afternoon. But if you're scalping, if you are a momentum trader, hey, we are going to the downside. If you don't want to miss out, all you need to do is wait for a pullback and sell. That's all you need to do. If you are a momentum trader, the market is pushing down, so you got to go with the flow. But I'm telling you, the bigger picture, the market is pushing up. So if you are an intraday trader, wait for your opportunity and jump on it. London already got cleared. This is the lower low of London, and it's just clearing liquidity here at London low. It's fighting the zone. Fighting it hard, and I'm gonna go and trade. It is a good opportunity to buy because already clear liquidity on London. I'm gonna take a little intraday trade there on my CFD account. I'm on a very low transaction and let it cook. It could come all the way down onto even here, the previous day closing price. But I'll take the chance there. I'll jump on this trade and buy because I already cleared London low. And if it hits my stop loss, it's okay. And why is good? Because I'm gonna do this. As an intraday trader, I'm doing this. All right, that's what I'm doing. As an intraday trader. I'm saving that. All right. What is all this? Oh boy. Let's see. Trying to log in into an account. My God, I have no idea. Just a second, family. I'm trying to find something. Okay. Alright. Okay. 167. 167. This one. All right. Let's see. Okay. I just did what I wanted for the day on my account. On impact trading, I'm gonna switch accounts now. I'm gonna be switching accounts. I'm trading my CFDs as well. Gold is actually doing better and nicer setups, familia. Gold is actually moving like super clean and super nice. My God, I'm missing out so much in gold. Gold is the one that is giving the money right now. So I bought here my CFD account, pushing to the upside, already clear London. My stop loss is here, and I'm okay with this trade. If whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna save that, but I want you guys to see gold. Gold is actually moving extremely nice. And this is what I'm saying with gold. This is gold right now. See how clean this is moving right now? This is like easy money. Easy money. Easy money. My goodness. Gold. On gold, I'm gonna be buying if it comes like around this area. Stop loss or whatever you do, you should put it here, okay? On gold, you gotta buy, my friend. I missed that trade already, but gold should not break that point. Shouldn't break this lower point, but if it does, then you're out. I'll wait for the price to come back into this. If it does, anyways, sorry, I'm not reading the chat. I am. All right, everything good? Shanti, everybody, Quentin, how are you, man? Wyona, what's up? Renee, my friend, what are you doing, Renee? What kind of trades are you taking, brother? Yikes. All good, familia? You guys have any questions or anything you guys want to go over? Just let me know. I'm here to help. Don't be afraid. My God, it's getting cold outside. It's respecting the area on NAS. I'm looking at NAS right now. It's respecting it very well. And what do we need to see? We need to see the pattern that is going to be forming here in this area. Ay, ay, ay. These people today want some trouble. These people today are in the mode of, I'm gonna make some troubles. Oh my God, NAS today is in the trouble mode. I did what I needed to do for the day on my account, so I switched accounts already. I only wanted to make $180 on those accounts. I made $204, so it's more than enough. And it's with a multiplier of 18 times 18 accounts. and I did not want to make more money than that. Let's see, 2, 4 times 18, 3,000. So times 0.80, that's 2,937 total. That's okay. But for the week, it's a bigger number. For the week, it's a huge number. Now, on my CFDs, it's getting me in and out of profits, but only like $2 change. $2 with 34 cents so far. The one I should focus is gold. Gold is truly making it hard. Like it's putting some big numbers. All right. Okay. When I said we're doing well, thank you. Quintessence Quentin, Mr. Ladies Man, Mr. One Lady Man. Not too chatty. What's up? All right. Honestly, like the market is just consolidating. Like, what is it gonna? Like, what is happening here? And look at gold. The gold is just going far. Volatility is coming down. It's not coming up. Let's see US30, familia. US30. Oh my God, US30. Look at doing the same movement as NAS. Not really. That was a big bump and then dump. What is this? Wow, US30 is actually staying inside London. That is so weird. So strange. So strange. Familia, remember to hit that like button, please, please, please. That will help us to keep growing and keep finding more traders like you so they can have the same opportunities of learning. It's amazing, amazing, amazing craft. And also, I'm encouraging you guys to share it with your friends so they can also learn this stuff for free. Every time you guys come in here, you guys are seeing what we're doing for the community. So we have bigger and better plans for the GRT community, but we need your help, familia. We definitely need your help. So please share, like, subscribe, and that will help us a lot. All right, so there you go. It's taking off. NAS seems to be coming to the upside. So yes, 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 yes. There you go. Come on, come on, come on. So in my CFDs, I will be closing partials here on this area. So I'm buying on my CFD account. Finally buying, and it's coming. Getting there. There you go. Almost there. Almost there. I'm gonna be closing my CFD account. A partial profit there. All right, come on, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. go, familia. There you go. There you go. Familia, look at that. Look at that. It came to London low, grabbed the liquidity. Oh, slowly. Again, it's just the beginning of the day. There's so much is still going on. We still have another maybe like 6 hours of the market. Anything will happen. Anything will happen. That will be a nice recovery. And okay, my CFDs. Okay, I'm going to leave. Okay, I close a little partial here and move a stop loss to break even on my CFD. If it kicks me out, that's fine. Made a few bucks there. Ooh, that was harsh. It kicked me out. Wow, literally kicked me out. That was so crazy. Wow, that was a big drop. Right into my TP and then pushed down to kick me out. And that was supposed to be an intraday. Not a good thing. I want to see gold doing that so it can come to my entry. That means sellers are still dominating hard, familia. This market seems to be completely bearish at the moment, which is super scary because now, well, when you look at the bigger structure and you look at the 1 hour time frame, it makes sense. I mean, it's respecting the edge here, you see? It's respecting that, which is a good sign. But the fundamentals of the market have no effect right now. Okay, let's see. Let's wait, familia. All right. Lisa says we got a snow storm Saturday into Sunday and Monday with a high winds of -20 wind chills. Ooh, -20. I think in Canada we're already used to that. Shanti knows about it. Hey Shanti, how's Toronto? Toronto, you know, Montreal gets it really hard here. I'm going to Mexico Sunday in the afternoon. So I'm out of this weather for a good 2 weeks. Happy to be out of this weather and not looking back. Chanty says cold. Well, it is cold. It is cold. Very cold. Look at me. I look like a, I don't know, like a bear with this thing. Come on, Nas, do something. We are going to also do something for the community. I got a few books, actually tons of books about trading that I read over the years in schools and all that stuff. And you know, I wanted to start a book club that we can go through a book with a group of people and go chapter by chapter, understanding everything on it. That's something that I want to do with the community. Um, my biggest problem is timing. Like, I gotta find the proper time, like on a schedule, to do that stuff. But that will be something really cool that I want to do with the community. Whoever wants to join, um, we can do it. We pick a book and pick a day, and we just read it together. And if you guys have any questions, I can help you guys to understand what the book says. There's so many books that have so much information, like so much stuff, and out of that, probably people only get 20-30%, sometimes even less. And that's good enough, you know. But yeah, I think it will be a really cool idea. I just gotta find the time for it. I read a lot, by the way, a lot. I have a little um, um, PDF reader that I have tons of books there, and when I'm traveling, that's what I take with me, and I read it. I'm on the airplane at the airport. It's the thing that I do. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see, what is this thing doing? This is a book I recommend for you guys to read. It's a very good book, Mastering Elliott Wave Principles. I'm just opening my thing here. Hold on. Hold on. Where is this? I want to go over this with you guys. Mastering Elliott Wave Principles. It is a very good book. Let me tell you. But he has, let's see, 143 pages. And it covers a lot of the things that I use in Elliott Waves. I'm pulling all this from my PDF reader. Hold on. Because I can connect to it remotely. Hold on. I have a total, let me see, how many books do I have? On just on my PDF reader. Hold on. I have, where is this? I have 99 books on my PDF reader about trading. 99 books. 99 books. That's a lifetime. A lot of reading. But I would love to do that with a team. We can grab a book and just go through it. Plus, I have, a huge library of books that like physical books. And for those who are taking the course, I also have a series of books that I wrote on my own. By the way, I never talk about it, but I actually have books that um, I'm writing. I'm writing books, and I will be giving you, for those who are taking the course, once you guys are done with it, I release those books for you guys. Oh, Wayona order already. Oh, Jesus. Wayona, you're pretty fast. You read daily too, yeah. Yeah, it's a good habit. All right, so what is the market doing right now? It is sleeping like a teddy bear here. There's plenty of books on trading psychology as well. The Blueprint to Trading Psychology is a really good one. There's a really good book. It's called The Psychology of Trading. That book, that's from John Whitley. Um, it worked you out pretty good. But this one is very long. It's super long. Super long. Many books, my friends. Many books. But there you go. We are on the buy for I got in again, by the way. I forgot to tell you. I got in again. Um on NAS. I'm waiting for gold. My goodness, gold. My goodness, gold. Gold is in the moon right now. Look at that. Ugh, done deal. Jesus. That's it. This trade is done. I can't even take it. See what I'm talking about? Like, oh my god. I when I see that, it's like, nah. And he's doing a nice Elliott wave 3. That's an Elliott wave 3 on gold, by the way. I missed that opportunity. All good. I mentioned to you guys before, I think there are more opportunities that I miss than the ones that I actually get in trading. There are more opportunities that I miss than the ones that I actually get in trading. Because the condition that I put on the markets are very tight a lot of times. Out of gold early chain. What's the name again? Reading Trading in the Sun right now. Wayana, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you're reading a book, stick to that book until you read it, and probably read it 2 times. I like to read books more than once and go back to certain places. You know, it's funny because when I'm reading a book, it's like people think I'm crazy because I actually have like arguments with books. When I'm reading a book, I get too excited about it. There's so many things that I completely disagree on what things that I read. Because you need to think that a lot of these people, a lot of these authors that are writing books are people that have experience on things and they see the market in different ways, right? And they want to write their own books so people can read and understand what they see, right? I am to the level right now that I can truly have an argument with anybody in trading about things because I've done it before. I talk to many people and people will agree with me, and a lot of people will disagree with me. But at the end, what matters is the results. You know, what matters is how you see things in trading. And that doesn't mean that you're better or worse than anybody else. That's what the market gives you. You know, that's where there's actually competitions in trading, and they have like world-class traders competing against each other, and these are all profitable people. But at the end, there's gonna be a bigger winner, right? Um, and when I'm reading, for example, the book that I want to see what other traders are seeing, most of the time I get this thing in my mind, and it's like no, and you know, there's many occasions that I want to actually see the people that are writing those books, so we can have like further discussions about topics that they're writing on those books. That's how excited I get about it. That's why I read a lot. But I only do it when I'm like traveling, or when I'm not too busy. For example, if I'm waiting for a trade, a particular trade, and I'm not like broadcasting anything or like talking or doing anything, I will have my PDF, or I will like just start reading something as a second task, just to keep my mind busy. I'm a very weird person. Like my mind has to be all the time rolling. If my mind shuts down, it's a big problem. Okay, that familia. So Nas is pushing to the upside. I'm trailing this trade right now. Buying in the deep, familia. It's again 10 a.m. Buying in the deep, and he's doing an Elliott wave, pushing to the upside. It's gonna do the same thing that did pushing down. It's gonna do it to the upside. Simple. I jump on this trade on a CFD account, not on futures. On futures, I'm done. I did what I wanted to do. You highlight the heck out of your books and read those part of the drive, the points home. Yeah, yeah. In my physical books, I used to do the same thing. Most of the things that I read now are on PDFs because it's cleaner and better for me to get. They're also cheaper too. Um, but on my book, so I'm writing a series of three books of all the stuff that I talk about, plus more things. And I guess you're entitled for a book, Wayana. All right, all right, all right. So the market, it is doing a nice move to the upside. At this point, we just gotta wait, familia. We just gotta wait. He's doing an Elliott wave. Let's see. Ooh, it's actually pretty nasty. Oh yeah, yeah. Shoot. One, like two, three. It's an Elliott wave three, but it's so like weird. It's on the edge. At 261%. It's probably gonna do a retracement somewhere here for an Elliott wave 4. And then 5 to the upside, and this is it. Anyways, familia, I gotta go. It's been here for almost 2 hours, so I will catch again with you guys next week. So I'm traveling Sunday. Next week, I'm not doing YouTube in the morning. I'm switching to Asia now. Asia and potentially London. All right. So I'll be available on the chat for the VIP community. I'm going to be also sending signals on the VIP starting next week. We're going to be sending signals to make money again. Okay. So I will catch you guys again next week, familia. I'm available in the chat for anything. So God bless everyone. And for those who are in Mexico, I'll see you later, my friends. Take care.
Goodbye.